Hello everybody, my name is Jordan Evans, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you all about triad arpeggios. And if you're someone who's been playing piano for a long time, or you're a beginner, this is something that can make your playing sound so good without a lot of effort actually. So the first thing I'm going to cover is what is a triad, and this will just be super duper quick. Anytime we're playing on the piano, any of these chords are called triads, and it's made, we have a root position, whatever note we're starting on, and we take the perfect fifth above that. So anytime we're playing, it's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But an easier way to think of it is anytime my thumb is playing, wherever your pinky naturally falls is gonna be the fifth. And it's always black note to black note, or white note to white note, with the exception being B and B flat. When you play a B, the perfect fifth is the F sharp, and then when you play a B flat, the perfect fifth is an F. And then figuring out what the middle note's gonna be. If it's a major chord that you want to play, you'll just add a major third right there. And if it's a minor chord, you'll just add a minor chord. The way to find that is, say I start on C, I would go up 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps to get my major third, but I would only go up 3 half steps to get the minor third. 1, 2, 3. So that works with anything. C to C minor, D to D minor, E flat major to E flat minor. So just spend a little time, get acquainted with all your different triad chords, because that's what we're going to be using. And now jumping into the arpeggio part, and I'll just show you what arpeggio is. It's just where we're doing skips in our triad back up to the root. And then we go through every position. So this would be like a C root position, C first inversion, and then you just go right back down. And we're gonna learn that in every key, more or less. So the reason why these are so helpful is because in music we have something called inversions. So like this is just a root position C, first inversion C, second inversion C, and then back to the root. So all we're doing is, say my notes are C, E, G. All I would be doing now is taking this C, putting it up here, E, G, C, G, C, E, and you'll notice each one has a very distinct color. I'll play it down here. My root, first inversion, second inversion, and back to it. So the reason why this is so helpful is in something called voice leading. If I'm playing a chord progression, say it's C to F to A minor to G, super duper common progression. Instead of having to jump all the way up, jump all the way up, jump down, I can actually use the inversions that I've mastered through learning all my arpeggios in different positions too. Now I'm playing an F in a second inversion. My next chord was A minor. There's an A minor in the first inversion, B in the first inversion, or G in the first inversion, back to C. So listen to the first one. Sounds good, but when you do the voice leading, it sounds way better. And sounds really mature, and you can see my hands staying in one little area. We can actually keep any chord progression in one octave for most of the time if we're using these voice leading secrets. So another time we're learning arpeggios is super duper applicable is in classical music, or really any music, pop music, anything. Moonlight Sonata third movement I learned recently. The whole song, the first movement of Moonlight Sonata, the whole song is basically arpeggios, but the last like 6 measures of the piece is this really fast, I'm not gonna play super duper loud because people are teaching next door, but it goes like this. There it is. And then, but all that is a C sharp minor arpeggio, and I start on the offbeat, so I'm not starting on the downbeat. I'm starting da 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 da, and then we go into it. So you'll notice I'm literally only using the 3 notes of a C sharp minor chord. C sharp, E, G sharp. And then once I get to the top, I'm on the C sharp, I come back down. And then you go back up, and you're just playing the chords. It's been a minute since I've looked at that one. That was just an example I could think of real quick. But you'll be playing music so much, and you'll be like, wait a second, that's just an arpeggio of something I've already learned. So let's talk about actually doing these things. I have a really big hand on the piano, so what I do whenever I play an arpeggio is I just keep it 1, 2, 3, 5. I actually almost never use my fourth finger because I can just reach everything pretty naturally. Same with my left hand. 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just referring to the finger numbers. 5, 3, 2, 1, right there, my thumb. And so I pretty much always skip finger 4. But if you're someone with smaller hands, sometimes that 4 does help to play that 4 in the second one. So like 5, 4, 2, 1 will be often, especially for some of these black note positions. It feels more comfortable. But I just like to keep it all to 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm not your most traditional classical player. I don't know if there's fingering for each specific one. Just to keep it easier, that's what we're gonna do. So on C, all we're gonna do is we're gonna go through each position with whatever note we started on, we're gonna put at the top. So C, E, G, 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 C. Once we get to the top, that's 2 octaves. We're just gonna go right back down the same way we came up. Good. And what I like to do, it's easy first to learn all the white note positions, but I just go up chromatically, which means next one would be C sharp major. I added one minor note in there, and then I'll just go to D, which is the next one. This is just going to be D, F sharp, A. Once you have those 3 notes, same exact pattern as the last time. And then so far it's been very classically applicable. Say you're improvising or playing pop music, take the song Home Sweet Home, where it starts like this. That song. So say I was just gonna improvise around that chord progression and I want to do something really cool. So I start out with this. Say I did. And I'm just making this up, so forgive me. And then I want to do it again. And then go to the next one with the new chord. So something like that. Just taking your arpeggios, how you've practiced them, you can just throw them into any chord progression and they will always sound good. So putting the hands together, it's going to be the same thing in the left hand, and you just copy exactly what your right hand's doing. This is the best way to practice these things. So all I would do, and if you're a new piano player, I would just say learn 1 a week. Make a goal to practice 1 a week. If you're advanced, just maybe do 5 a day, chromatically. And just do them like this. And wrong notes are okay. Just keep on going. We'll correct them on the way next time. Just think about it. So now we're on our next one. Hands together. And before you know it, you'll be able to play in any position pretty effortlessly. D. Oh, whoops. I wasn't paying attention. This is great. One other advice, try and keep your wrist movement to a big minimum, especially once you start getting onto these black notes. It's really easy to like shift around, so especially like to get up here. But it's actually really good to go up in the piano and work on keeping your hand totally straight, and you almost like just climb up the piano without doing any of this kind of movement. So you'll see I adjust to my new position. I start on the white notes down here. But then to get to the F sharp, I move my entire hand up there. Move. Now I'm back down on A. And you can see my whole hand is just climbing up the piano. My wrist isn't really moving at all. Same thing on the way back down. You just move your hand up and down to adjust for the different finger positions. Cool. So I hope this was super duper helpful. The other thing, actually real quick before I'm done, put this to a metronome. And that way you can gauge your improvement on it. So let's say I just wanted to take this at, we'll do 90 beats a minute. Dum, dum, dum. make mistakes, just do your best to go on through them. Say I learned all 12 keys in 90, then I would work on learning all 12 minor keys. So we know for the minor, we just take our major chord, drop it down to the minor. So it'd be the same thing. So C minor. For all of them. So yeah, learn all 12 major keys, all 12 minor keys. You got it to 90 beats. Then we work on increasing that. So like the next week do 95 beats a minute, the next week do 100 beats a minute. But I'm telling you, once you learn all these different inversions, your chord playing, like comping, will be so easy because you know exactly how all your inversions work. So say I was saying that same progression, but I wanted to play it more like I would for church or like with a pop band. I can go straight into a version. By using those inversions, I can make my right hand sound really, really clean. But thank you so much for watching this video. Any further questions, let me know. If this was super helpful for you, let me know as well, and I'll see you guys next time.